Graphing linear inequalities. The first thing that we have to decide when graphing a linear inequality is if we're going to use a solid line versus a dashed line. Solid lines are used for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Dashed lines are used for less than or greater than, much like before when we used a closed dot versus an open dot. So the first step to graphing an inequality is to decide if you're going to have a dotted line or a solid line. The next thing to do would be to graph the line. After graphing the line, whether it's solid or dotted, you're going to have to shade. To figure out which side we're going to shade on, we are going to check a point not on the line. I check 0, 0 unless I have direct variation. And in that case, you just choose another point. Any point will do. When you check your point, if it's true, you're going to shade on the side with the point. If it's false, shade on the side opposite the point. So we're going to go ahead and graph 2x minus 3y is less than 12. So 12 divided by 2 is 6, and that's our x-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, our x-intercept on the x-axis. 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4, our y-intercept. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're using a dotted line, and there we have it. The next thing to do is to check. Check 0, 0. 0, or 2 times 0 minus 3 times 0 is less than 12. 0 is less than 12. That is true. Our point was right here, so we shade up here. And that's the answer we're looking for. Over here we have one that's a little bit harder. We have 4y plus 5x is is greater than or equal to 7. Now 7 over 4 is not an integer, and 7 over 5 is not an integer. So we could try and estimate it, or we could use our calculator. First thing we have to do is put it into y equals form. Minus 5x from both sides. 4y is greater than or equal to negative 5x plus 7. Divide everything by 4. Y is greater than or equal to negative 5 over 4x plus 7 over 4. So you go ahead and get out your graphing calculator, and you go to y equals. We type in y equals parentheses negative 5 divided by 4, close your parentheses, x plus parentheses 7 divided by 4, close your parentheses. Now normally we would just go ahead and hit the graph button. We're going to hit second graph to get our table. And here you can see there is a list of all the points on our line. 3, negative 2 is an integer point, so we come over to 1, 2, 3, and then negative 2, down 1, 2, and we'll put our dot. Another integer point would be 7, negative 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here. And if we want to get one more point, we can go up into the negatives. And negative 5, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8's all the way up here. This is going to be a solid line, so you can go ahead and draw your line straight through. Again, we're going to check the point 0, 0. I like to go back to the original equation to check my point, so I make sure I don't have any sign errors. So 4 times 0 plus 5 times 0 is greater than or equal to 7. 0 is greater than or equal to 7. That's false. So we shade on the side opposite our point. And again, that's all we have. So remember, we're going to graph, test, and then shade.